Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I made a little bit of a video on, the CNN story about MAGA teens harassing an indigenous tribesman. Well, of course it was not true. All the camera angles show the man was faking it, trying to, it was the kids who were being harassed, is the TLDR version of it. Anyways, mainstream media jumped the gun. And, well, they didn't really jump the gun, it doesn't really matter. The kid with a MAGA cap, a white kid at that, that kid's gonna be a target. Anywho, the reason why I'm making a follow-up video is that the story is a lot more terrible than I could have possibly ever imagined. See, I didn't even bother going through all these footages because I thought it was unnecessary. Even just looking at what CNN and Huffington Post was writing, it was fairly obvious that the kid did nothing wrong. Looking at the background, other video footages, well, it sort of confirms what a lot of you guys would have suspected. Here's what I want to talk about. There's this one group of people that I did not mention at all, are these black Hebrew Israelites. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever run into the Hebrew Israelites. I've had only one interaction with them in New York. It lasted for about 5 minutes. And in my estimation, these guys are perhaps one of the most aggressive proselytizing people, religion proselytizing people that I've met. The only other outspoken proselytizing people that I've met, or at least, people that follow similar techniques but not quite as aggressive, are Jehovah's Witnesses. And in the Islamic denomination, Tabligh Jamaat. I've ran into Tabligh Jamaat in Texas and at home. Anyway, so these guys were there hurling insults at these guys, the MAGA kids I mean, and these kids were just abused and they were just waiting for their bus, and there were a lot of reports saying that they were chanting build the wall and stuff like that. None of that is verified or anything. These kids were just waiting for the bus, getting abused, and held their ground. That is their crime. Now, what particularly bothered me is this. For people that know me, or you've been following this channel for a little bit, you guys know that I don't buy into any of those social justice warrior narratives. I don't think there's hatred and bigotry in America around every corner. I love America. I love this country. And I love Western culture. I love Western people. But this incident, I am really reevaluating a lot of my positions. Maybe there is deep-seated hatred and bigotry and prejudice seeped into American society. How else could you possibly explain these things? I'm suddenly in favor of building a wall around Covington Catholic High School in Kentucky, and let's electrify it to keep these disgusting punks from getting loose and creating more vileness in society. MAGA kids go screaming hats first into the wood chipper. See the picture? A person putting wood chipper, putting kids 16 years of age down a wood chipper. If you are a true fan of shoes, I want you to fire on any one of these red hat bitches when you see them on sight. Lock the kids in the school and burn that bitch to the ground. As you can tell, if our society does not have deep-seated bigotry, does not have incredible hatred for one another, there is no reason why you should be fantasizing over a child's death just because they're your political opponents. Now, just because someone's a kid doesn't mean you cannot criticize them. If you want to, throw some insults at them, I understand. But this is, I don't even know what to call it. And then you have liberal comedians. Kathy Griffin, I'm not even mentioning her tweets because just seeing that person's face pisses me off. She asked her followers to find personal information of these kids, their names, their family information, and other stuff. I don't know. So she was publicly calling her fans to dox them. All it takes is for one crazy person to lose their cool. And so that's that part of the story. Now here's this one particular tweet that I want to read for you, and this really broke my heart. Andrew Hodge. Yesterday was supposed to be the day of celebration for my middle brother Alex, who got married last night. Instead, my family had to deal with the fallout of my youngest brother Michael Hodge of being falsely accused for standing and smiling in front of an indigenous man with a drum. For those of you guys who are not quite processing that tweet, here's what happened. You know that kid whose picture became popular all over the internet? Well, it turns out there's another kid that looks somewhat similar to this kid. That's the kid Michael Hodge. And of course, people found his picture, they started harassing him, they started harassing his family, and his brother, who was getting married, had to deal with this on his wedding day. So this is what America, this is what the country that I believed with all my heart treats people as individuals. This is what the nation that I believed was the greatest nation on earth, and still is, but this is how the country treats people, like people that support the president. So there's that. And while all of this was happening, right, the tweets that I showed you, these people that called out the deaths for these people, the people that said that these kids should be locked up, burned down, and stuff like that, video footages showing that the kids did nothing wrong is all over the internet. I mean, I don't spend much time on Twitter, particularly over the last few days. I've been working a lot. I've just been home. It's not hard to find. If you're on Twitter typing out bullshit about these kids that did nothing wrong, you are most likely trying to avoid evidence that proves you wrong at this case. And while all this was happening, this is what's going down.
Look at these niggas with the fucking hat on. Let me see your hat. Let me see your hat. You and you is bitches. Oh God, you niggas can get knocked the fuck out right now. Look at your fucking hat, nigga. You's retarded. Fucking retarded.
Hey, brother, hey, brother, hey, brother.
Look at their ass.
Hey, brother.
Oh, sorry ass
Hey, brother.
fucking crackers, nigga. Y'all ass nigga.